What's going on YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Hoop Talks. If you haven't already, do me a favor and smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. The support will be greatly appreciated. So let's get right into it. The Charlotte Hornets are denying recent reports suggesting that they've been in contract negotiations with restricted free agent Miles Bridges. 2 weeks ago, ESPN reported that the Hornets and Bridges were discussing a new contract and that both sides were optimistic that a deal could be agreed to in the near future, and that if and when he signs a deal, Bridges would then have to receive a suspension from the league. Well, all that's out the window because the Hornets organization are denying it completely. The negotiations reportedly began after Bridges pleaded no contest to a felony domestic violence charge in November. Now, the backstory to this is Bridges' former girlfriend alleged in May that he assaulted her in front of their 2 children, leading to felony charges of domestic violence and 2 counts of child abuse under the circumstances or conditions likely to cause great bodily injury or death. By pleading no contest to the domestic violence charge, Bridges accepted a conviction without admitting guilt. It also resulted in the other 2 charges being dismissed, and he was able to avoid jail time, instead getting sentenced to just 3 years of probation. Now, Bridges remains a restricted free agent after the Hornets opted against no team offering him a contract in the wake of the allegations against him. Prior to the allegations, the expectation was that the Hornets would sign a 24-year-old forward to a long-term deal. So for this to happen, it's just an unfortunate situation. Bridges has spent his entire 4-year NBA career in Charlotte since he was selected with the number 12 overall pick in the 2018 NBA draft out of Michigan State. In 291 career regular season games, Bridges averages 13.4 points, 5.6 rebounds, and 2.3 assists. After taking a big leap forward in his 2nd and 3rd NBA seasons, Bridges reached a new level of production last season. He averaged career high 20.2 points, 7 rebounds, and 3.8 assists per game. Bridges, LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, and Gordon Hayward helped lead the Hornets to the play-in portion of the postseason, but they fell to the Atlanta Hawks in a winner-go-home game. Now, with Bridges no longer in the fold and Ball missing significant time due to injury this season, the Hornets have struggled mightily. At just 10-29, they are in last place in the Eastern Conference and have the worst record in the NBA overall. In other news, Golden State Warriors superstar Stephen Curry is scheduled to be reevaluated for his left shoulder injury on Saturday, and the organization is hopeful he will be able to return next Friday as the team starts a 6-game road trip in San Antonio. Warriors general manager Bob Myers said that he's been working out on the court and that the 2-week mark to reevaluate him is this weekend, so hopefully there should not be any setbacks. Now, for those who didn't already know, Curry injured his shoulder on December 14th against the Indiana Pacers when he bumped into Jalen Smith in the 3rd quarter. Curry immediately grabbed his left shoulder and continued to hold it as he ran down the court. The Warriors subsequently called a timeout, and Curry was looked at by 2 team trainers on the bench before heading back to the locker room. The Warriors have gone 6-5 since Curry's injury, including the Pacers game in which he was injured in Wednesday's night 122-119 loss to the Pistons, and they just haven't been good without him. Now, Golden State's roster has been dealing with injuries. In addition to Curry, Andrew Wiggins, who has a right abductor strain illness, Jonathan Kuminga with a right foot sprain, JaMychal Green with a right leg infection, and James Wiseman with a left ankle sprain have all been sidelined. Some good news though is that Wiggins will be reevaluated later this week, while Kuminga, Green, and Wiseman will be reevaluated in 1 week, the team announced. I told the guys how proud I am of them for holding down the fort these last couple of weeks, Warriors coach Steve Kerr said after Wednesday's loss. Tonight was tough, but given the state of our roster, for us to win 5 of these first 6 home games of this stretch, and we have all these guys fighting, scraping, clawing night after night, it's been really impressive. It puts us in a great position moving forward. We've got reinforcements coming. It was a tough loss, but more than anything, I'm proud of the entire group. Despite all of the absences, The Warriors had managed to find a rhythm, resulting in them stringing together their first 5-game win streak of the season through the first portion of their homestand before the last-second loss to Detroit. Warriors guard Klay Thompson credited the team's younger players for stepping up during a critical stretch. "To be so young on a defending championship team, people expect you to be great," he said. "It's a big toll to take, and those guys are embracing it. I mean, we're going to look back in a few months at this stretch. We're above 500 finally, and I mean, we might be only 5-6 games out of first. We can make a run for it. I know we can." Now, Curry's targeted return would allow him to rejoin the team as they embark on their next road trip, where they have the worst record in the NBA. But that's all I have for today's video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate the support, and as always guys, I'll see you in the next one.